Assalamualaikum. So today we are going to present about Queen Elizabeth IV Library, which is academic library. So hi, my name is Nur Iwani binti Ismail.
My name is Nurul Atila binti Osman.
My name is Nur Idaya binti Sani.
My name is Nurul Ifa binti.
My name is Syamil Akif bin Azuri Wan. Okay, firstly is introduction. Okay, our introduction. Aim of our library establishment is to give chances to the community that cannot afford to go to the library because of their incapability of transport, money and time. We decided to open this library in order to reach communities that needy, so that they can easily retrieve information either of fresh knowledge or the oldest. If our library has been established, this place is full fresh nature. Okay, next is background of organization. Our library, Perpustakaan Queen Elizabeth IV, we were under Queen Elizabeth University that located in Kuala Lumpur. It was established on 9 September 2012. Our main focus library is to offer an education, knowledge, cultural activities and all academic students. This service to be offered as part of their fundamental democratic rights. We offer a variety of service such as lending, borrowing, membership registration and others. In Library Queen Elizabeth IV, we provide for ways for disabilities users that will be easy for them to seek for information. Our library provides places for researchers where it will be easier to the users. By using this way, our user will not interrupt with other users' attention. So next is our motto. Our motto is be a reader before being a leader. And our vision is Queen Elizabeth. Our vision is provide quality resource and innovation services. And our mission is deliver opportunity for success in learning. Our objective is to establishing, promoting and maintaining a wide range of service and strategies that support the academic programs of the university. Second is selecting and organizing relevant and up-to-date information resource in all. And lastly is developing and retaining qualified, experienced and dedicated professional library staff who will offer high-quality services to the users of the library. Okay, next I will continue with organizational chart. Okay, firstly in our library we have library director. Below under library director there are library manager. Below library manager there are 3 positions. Firstly is library technician, educational technology librarians and metadata librarian. And under educational technology librarian there are 2 positions. Okay, firstly is librarian 1 and lead cataloger 1. Second is librarian 2 and lead cataloger 2.
Okay, so next is personnel management. Okay, so the position in the library first is the head of management, which is library director. So as you know, library director is a main position in the library. So his duties is to evaluate and administrative library programs, and then he also direct the development and maintenance of a public library collection. Besides that, the library director also need to approve budget from the request the other position. For example, request budget for any program, so library director need to approve it. Okay. So the qualification for library director is they need to have a master of library science. They also need to have a knowledge of the philosophy and techniques of library service. Okay, so next is library manager. So library manager is under the library director. So the duties of library manager is to oversee the general operation of library. So library manager need to control the activities in the library. So next is library manager also managing the library budget, training of new staff, evaluating library employees and planning of work schedule. So the qualification for library manager is bachelor degree preferred in library or information science. They also need to have a knowledge of library reference service. So next is librarian. Okay, so librarian duties is to search standard reference either in physical materials or also in online source in order to answer the question from the user. Next is they also need to teach library patron to search information in the library. The qualification for librarian is they need to have education in library science or also diploma in information management to be the librarian. Next is metadata librarian. So metadata librarian duties is in roles of the technologies. For example, they need to teach user how to use online database, how to use OPEC, then anything in area that involve the computer, the technology. They also create and maintain local documentation and metadata standards. So the qualification for metadata librarian, they need to have education in library information science or any significant graduate level coursework towards such a degree. Next is educational technology librarian. So educational technology librarian, they provide direct interaction to the staff, student and faculty via research consultation, library instructions and workshop. So they also support the instructional technology needs of the library classroom and other learning space. The qualification for educational technology is any degree from library program or the equivalent. Next is library technician. So library technician duties is to guide patron in finding and using library resources. Okay, so as you know, like technician also it maintains the anything in the library that needs a maintenance. They also reserve, circulate, renew and discharge book and other materials. Okay, so next their qualification is they need to have a good communication skill because they library technician need to assist, need to listen and to understand patrons' needs. Next, they need to know the knowledge about technology skill because they need to use the computer to help patron research the topics or any materials that they need in the computer's format. Okay.
So for the performance appraisal, as you can know, performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee job performance and overall contribution to an organization. So for the objective, Queen Elizabeth IV Library objective of their performance appraisal is to understand the abilities of an employee for the future growth and development. Moreover, our library also improving their staff for a better performance to make sure that user also can get a good service of the library. First of all is to providing feedback, which is our library generally to provide feedback to the employee on their company performance in order to correct any limitation and to create increased opportunities. Second one is to motivate employee. Chief Librarian of Queen Elizabeth IV Library will help employee to capitalize on their strengths and improve their weakness. The last one is to facilitate communication between employee, employer and user. Communication is very important in our organization because if employee have a good skill in communicate, they have to make sure the user know and understand about the information that they need. Okay. So for the appraisal process, they have planning, monitoring, developing, rating and rewarding. For the planning, must have the future, our library must have the future planning to set a goals and performance expectation and specify the criteria that will be used to measure the employee performance. For the monitoring, the professional employee of Queen Elizabeth IV Library will involve in helping to monitor and guiding the employee for their best performance in the library. And third is developing. That manager of Queen Elizabeth IV Library must know the level of performance of the employee that being evaluated. And for the rating, Our library provide graphic rating scales to get the feedback from user about the service that have in our library. And last is the rewarding. That if the result, the user feedback is more to positive, manager of our queen will give a reward to our employee because success in achieve the goal in the library as a bonus for our staff, our employee lah. Okay, for the performance appraisal system, as you can know, there were 3 systems that provide in the organization, which is ranking, graphic rating scale, and checklist. So our library choose graphic rating scale because they think this very easy for user to make choice of the rating. And the graphic rating scale system is a very friendly and can be quick process lah for our library. So this is the example of the graphic rating scale system that our library use.
Okay, next is for financial management. We choose our financial is line item budget. This is because line item budget is easy to prepare, and line item budget is already stated and divided equally into the basic management to run the library function. And then it also easy to understand, and because we already justify each of the list, and then we were given 5,000 ringgit each month for each department. And then this budget include the monthly of maintenance and monthly of bills for subscribing online database, newspapers, and other maintenance. And then source of funding. First, we choose local support. Local support is the main source of our funding when it comes to library maintenance. Our library got this fund from Administration of Education. It also will help to prevent from difficulties during emergency thing happens. Library also can use the funding for any special service in the library, for example, to buy gifts, memorials, and then state aid to the libraries, state aid to the public libraries. It is a supplement funding for library upgrade their collections. This funding was provided by state governments, and it also can be used to spend the money for a better service for the library. It also can cover the taxes in order when we're purchasing new collection for the libraries. And also we get the extra budget to upgrade our collection in the library because our library is an academic library, so we have to always to keep to upgrade the collection based on syllabus and suitable for the students. Okay, next is promotional library. Promotional library is a way on how we promote our library so that people can know our existence. First, we use electronic and digital. We use media social such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter because it is widely used by users and society in our generation. It also have wide coverage so that every news and information that we post in the social media will be widely spread. We will post every activities like upcoming program, news, reminder, photo of program, and list of new collection of the library in our social media network. And then outdoor setting, we also have banner for our library. We can put some visual and specialist of our library in it. The banner can be put in open area or public area so that a lot of people can see it. And then for example is along the roadside, so like people can see it clearly. And then activities to promote our library. First, we do in-house promotion. This is because it can build the positive relationship between libraries and library staff and the users. Library staff already trained on how to connect with their users so that they will feel comfortable when they use our library facilities. And then exhibits and display. We will put this display and exhibit in an area which is easy to reach, and a lot of people can go there. And then at the display we will putting this kind of display. Users will all want to come to library to see the uniqueness of the library. And then for example, we will can put books, CDs, historical things, and etc. It also make the library reach their goals to make user come to the library when we put this kind of activities in the library.
Okay, for the departments and services, in Queen Elizabeth Library provide 5 department, which is circulation department, cataloging department, acquisition department, IT department, and reference department. Okay. The first department is circulation department. The background is circulation department responsible to facilitate physical and virtual access to library material, maintain the library collections, assist library user, coordinate the use and lending course of reserved material, and perform other activity related to library use and access. This circulation department required to communication between librarian and user, which is if the user have any questions they want to ask, they can go directly to circulation department to ask about the collection or anything else. Next, for the tools technique or for the tools circulation department, the Queen Elizabeth Fort has provided drop book machine, which is it is 24-hour operations, but it's located in front of the library, and for user to return the books, even the library was closed, they can by scanning the barcode at the book, and after that they can put in the machine. So the date and time will stated. And then the second tool is hanging cell phone. This hanging cell phone located at the back of library for user if they have any questions about or they didn't found the collections, they can ask directly by press the number 1 and ask the librarians. Okay, the activity that are designed to help library in circulation department, training service. Training service is to improve the service skill to customer. This circulation department for the training service more to staff for improve their communication skill and skill about to serve the user correctly and perfectly. Next, okay. Next department is cataloging department. The background is the functions of cataloging department is it is to register the new library material, detect the missing item, misplaces, and count the material. Cataloging department also responsible to create and maintain libraries online catalog on both physical and virtual collections. For the tools, for the technique cataloging departments, they use the cataloging system cataloging in the library. So all the manual like writing cataloging by hand or new collections will register and rewrite again in the system. The activity provided for cataloging department for the staff training camp. It is for training camp for staff about the system cataloging use that for to teach about how to use the system, how to rewrite and copy the catalog for fast. Next, okay, for the reference departments provide the information research and instructional services to all library users, including in-person or online reference, helps bibliography instructions, classes, tutorial, research guide, subject specialist support, and much more. For the technique or best practice. Queen Elizabeth Park's library use a link with academic department, which is the library will link like for some of student activities should include the library's item in their program. For the example is exhibition program. Okay. For the activities that are designed, a project to university student in complete their study. For example, for complete their study, the student should write a thesis to send to library. Next. Okay, for the IT departments, are the place that all the system library that have create and also upgrade and about the programming activities. Okay, for the information technology, for the tools, for the technique, a classes just a month in a class just once is a month. So the IT department will provide a classes. They will make a classes for all students, but it was limited. It also can not only for students, but it also for the staff. The lecturers can also to learn about the system in the library. The activities is system use. To use to use the library system and the use of library system to user. So this activity more to interact with student and also the librarians. Next. For the last one is acquisition department. The functions is manage and purchase the processes of library resources. The type is printer and online resources. The duties for the staff, including purchasing item, coordinating licensing and access of electronic product, conducting electronic assessment, and providing information for academic reporting needs. Next. Okay, for the tools, they use the scanning book, like a barcode scanning. So every barcode scanning that we scan will directly to will link with the library system, and the detail will appear on computer screen. So the librarian books will be fast and easier. Next is activities. The staff will go on training session for 2 days in every 3 months. The objective for this is to develop an excellent staff and give a perfect guide to user.
New is innovative service provided by library. Firstly, innovation service provided by libraries is OPAC services. The online public access catalogue, probably known as OPAC, complements the traditional catalogue to provide access to library resources. The library OPAC runs on the Alexandria Library Management website, social media, instruction repository. From remote locations, user can access the resources of the library. Professional librarians are always available to help user effectively conduct quick research. Second is information literacy. Okay. Next is second is staff training. Okay, staff training. Next is staff training. Various in-house trainings take place within the library, update knowledge and skills staff in order to cope with the new roles, responsibilities, and challenge of the changing electronic environment. The trainer has provided an opportunity for staff to acquire rare skills which may have been possible to paucity of funds for staff development. Library staff have acquired various skills on computer application, computer appreciation, nature types of online resources. search and retrieval strategies, digitalization, public relation, among others. These have been facilitated by library who have attended trainings within outside the country. The aim is to ensure library staff are on the same pedestal as much as possible. And lastly is information literacy. Library decline is often associated with patrons that inability to find their feet and information search and retrieval process. Patrons often find it frustrating and complicating to locate resources within library due to poor information literacy skill. To fix this problem, library skill transferred to patron through information literacy programs. Until recently, information literacy was offered to undergraduate only. However, due to proliferation of databases and electronic information resources, which present challenge for their researcher in terms of key search information, literacy programs have been extended to postgraduate students. Also, staff support can initiate a one-to-one coaching. Through this medium, patrons are acquainted with search techniques. This method has been proved effective as patrons are connecting with information in the information resource in the library. And the conclusion, innovative services and practices are the main talk in today's library. The change brought about by the electronic environment has impact on libraries and caused transformation in service practices. Consequently, library has keyed into this paradigm by changing its conventional approach. It has been achieved through new operations, services, practices which have been discussed in this report. Various spaces are still being provided to serve different purposes and connect with needs of patrons. Also finds essential to power sustain innovative services, be that as it may. Innovation in library resource center has to come to stay and it's proving as means as to remain and vital and responsive in the university community. Though the library is striving to overcome some of roadblocks, it is not relenting in efforts to unleash the full potential in providing services that align with the needs of the present environment. Thank you.